Hello, welcome Primary 7 class and the questions for women in sport. I can introduce myself. I'm Julie Hogg. I'm a national badminton coach for Badminton Scotland and I live in Dunfermline, which is the east side near Edinburgh. Thank you for the questions and I'm just going to read through them and answer honestly. So the first question is, what is your involvement in sport? So my involvement in sport is quite varied. As I say, I'm a national badminton coach and I coach the juniors, the top juniors in Scotland. I also coach in local clubs in the area. I'm a head coach in the Edinburgh Sports Academy for Edinburgh City Council, and I'm also a head coach for disability sport within the Fife area. So I've got different coaching roles. Next question's from Poppy. Thanks, Poppy. How did you have the courage to go into a club? When I started badminton, it was about 12 years of age, 13 before I joined a club, and I was really nervous. Everybody says, oh, they're not nervous, but they are, because that was the only way to play badminton at that time, was through club badminton. So I went to the club, probably didn't do a good trial, as they say, but you know, they saw something in me and I joined a local club, and from there my love for badminton just progressed and progressed. Next one's from Kate. How many days and hours a week do you do in your role? Before I had my daughter, I did 6 days a week and probably about 25 hours a week. Probably Monday to Saturday, 6 days a week with 1 day off. Now I have my daughter, I don't do that, it's impossible. So I do 4 days a week, 3 to 4 days a week, probably 12 to 14 hours, and I fit it around her schooling. So still a lot, but certainly not as much as when I was doing it full time without my daughter. Do you have a sporting idol? Thanks, Calvin. I do. I have two. The first one's a male player, badminton player, and his name was Peter Geda from Denmark. He was world champion, European champion, singles player, and he was just fantastic. His movement was beautiful, he was graceful on court, he was graceful in defeat, and he was graceful in winning, you know, and I just looked up to him and I could watch him all day on the video. He was just so inspirational for me. A female player was a Korean mixed doubles player called Raki Min. She was Olympic champion and she was just fantastic. I mean, every time she touched the shuttle, it was just like gold. It would just move to exactly where she wanted it to go to. And again, similar to Geda, she was so graceful, so respectful to her partner, graceful in winning and graceful in defeat. So these are really my two idols, and the reason that I really watched them a lot and would never stop watching them. Do you think, did you ever think about giving up when you were faced a setback? All the time, that is natural. Many times I got bypassed for positions, many times I was given no reason for being bypassed by positions, and I got really down about it. But then I thought, no, come on, you know, I have a dream, I have an ambition, you know, that's part of life. Life is about getting setbacks and knockbacks and picking yourself up and keeping going forward and keep driving to where you want to get to or who you want to become. So absolutely, but you've just got to hold on to what you believe in and what your ambition is. If you did, how did you overcome these thoughts? Thanks, Rosie. I just had to take time out. So I used to come away from the sport. So I would do things like gardening, shopping. Women always love to shop, so I would go shopping, go for coffee with friends, go for a run, go to the gym. And I used to just get my head out of that space and get it into another space. And then I would come back in again and I would become more positive and think, come on, let's pick yourself up. Let's learn from maybe what you've done wrong. Let's look at what my strengths are, what my weaknesses are, how can I improve them, What can I do? How can I learn it? And I just try to be as positive I can, and it gets you a long way. Just keep that drive, keep that positivity going. Through all the setbacks, it will eventually become good. It does, believe me. It might take a long time, but it does come good. What has been the high points of your journey? That question was from Sam. Thanks, Sam. A lot. I've had so many opportunities in sport. I mean, I've been at every level of the junior game, from World Juniors in Thailand to European Juniors, 15, 17, 19. I've travelled nearly every country in the world. I've met some wonderful people, wonderful places, coached some talented players, loved every single part of it. But my two highlights and my dream as a coach and a manager was I was asked to be the manager of the Commonwealth Games in Delhi in India. It was a country I just love. There's never been another country it's been like that.